Welcome to the Horror and Gore Horror Movie Podcast, your number one podcast for all things horror. I'm your host, Big Goobs, and of course, I'm joined by my friend and co-host, as always, Dakota. How are you, Dakota?
I'm doing good, Goops. How are you doing?
Good to be back. Had some
I was
personal
about to say that.
had some personal things pop up last week, so everything's good to go. Back at it. We got a great episode today. And we're just going to jump right into it. Sound good?
Hell yeah.
All right. What did we watch this week? You know what? I think I'm going to go first just because I got quite a bit.
Before you go, I've been keeping track of your letterbox. You have been watching some stuff, man. A lot of stuff.
Yeah. I watched quite a bit. So I think I'm going back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Because I'm going back all the way. I was invited to an early premiere of The Bride way back on the 4th. So I watched The Bride, absolutely loved it, and go see it. Jesse Buckley, Christian Bale are fantastic. Maggie Gyllenhaal smashes it as the director. Then I made the mistake of renting Whistle. Not good. It was bloody and there was some decent kills, but the sound with the freaking loud ass Mayan whistle every 10 seconds, didn't like it. Then I rewatched Hamnet, which was my favorite non-horror movie of last year. Shout out Jessie Buckley, Oscar winner, leading actress. Absolutely devastating movie. Then I watched a rewatch, of course, Phantasm, one of my favorites. I was going to do a full watch through. I might do that the rest of them this week, but I decided to venture into the extreme horror realm. Thank you, Ian and Colby. I watched the first 2 August Underground films.
I saw you do that. I'm like, what the fuck?
It was the biggest mistake I've done. So the first August Underground it's fucked up. It's not as fucked up as I thought it was going to be, but Mortem is absolutely just horrific. At the end of it, I sent Ian a picture of my reaction, and yeah, it felt so gross. So gross. But then I decided now that Predator Badlands is on Hulu and my wife hasn't seen it yet, I rewatched Predator Badlands with her. Still a fucking banger. It actually went up in my book after rewatch. I thought it was fucking badass, dude.
Heck yeah.
So I even bumped it up to a 4 out of 5. I fucking loved it.
I didn't even know. I forgot that you gave that 3.5.
Yeah. So I bumped it up. Then, side note, my 5-year-old is actually getting into movies now and sitting down and watching movies with me at night. Not horror movies, don't worry. But I showed her the best Pixar movie ever made, Ratatouille, which is a banger. It's the best. It's the best. Don't say nothing, Dakota.
I'm trying to think right now.
Yeah. But so we watched Ratatouille. Then I watched 1978, the Argentinian film about the World Cup soccer team. And then, man, it starts out, you thinking it's just going to be like this torture type horror movie. Dude, it gets fucking wild. So if you're into like foreign horror that just goes absolutely batshit, watch 1978. Jesus Christ, I still have a lot to go. I'll rapid fire. The Other, just go into this movie blind as can be. This gets
Nicole
wild.
Kidman?
No, it's one that came out last year in 2025.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
Dude, absolutely insanity. It's so weird. It's a bad movie, but it's good because of how weird it gets. It's crazy. Then I watched Insidious Chapter 3, which I think might be my favorite Insidious chapter. It's so good. The demon is scary. I like the setting in the apartment away from the uh, family. It's technically a prequel to the first two Insidiouses, so I like that. Um, the next one, I watched Slaughterhouse on Hulu.
I've been
Dude,
recommending that so much in the lives the past 2 days.
dude, Slaughterhouse fucking rips. It's so dumb, but it's absolutely hilarious. A slasher sloth in a fraternity or a sorority house. Sorry, and because the new one comes out just next week, I rewatched Ready or Not. Still one of the best horror comedies ever made, in my opinion. Samara Weaving, absolutely love.
Above Shaun of the Dead?
No, I said one of the best.
Okay, I thought you said the best.
No.
I thought Goops thought you like Shaun.
No. One of the best horror comedies ever made. Then I watched the new Shudder release, Body Cam. That shit rips, dude. I liked it. I know you didn't quite like it, but I really enjoyed Body Cam. Then I watched Scared to Death with Lynn Shay and Bill Moseley. It was fun. It was hilarious. It was a good time. It doesn't take itself too serious. It's like a meta horror comedy, and a unhinged possessed Lynn Shay is all I need. I didn't think I needed it, but I needed it. And then, of course, I watched what we're going to be getting into a little later. That is the Undertone, or Undertone now.
You know how many times I had to like re-record saying Undertone because I've been saying the Undertone the whole entire time?
Right. Yep. But yeah, those are all my watches.
So for me, still short, even though it's been like 11 days since me and Ray recorded. Yeah, it's been 11 days. Damn, it's been 11 days. Time is flying. So I finally rewatched Scream 5 and 6, done my updated ranking. And if you guys are wondering, it's Scream 1, Scream 5, Scream 6, Scream 3, Scream 7, 4, 2. So from best to worst. That's my updated ranking. But I gave both those 5 out of 5. I told you I thought 5 was bad. I think it's like 1. You got this nostalgia in there. It takes stakes, especially with killing off Dewey, and really good movie. And 6 is good, even though the reveal is like Scream 2. Then I watched Body Cam also. I thought it was just okay. I like the way with that. I like the way Brandon took or Brendan. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong. Took Swing Gap found footage because I really like his slasher of Night of the Reaper last year.
Yeah, that was good.
And of course, I watched Undertone also, and we'll be getting to that later.
Hell yeah. All right, physical media. Anything you got this week?
Sorry, guys, if you heard that. Yes, I got something, and me and you would be discussed about one of these after we get off of here. But first up, I went to Ross before I went to go see Undertone today. Needed extra time before the movie started, so sorry about that. Me and Mom went in there, and you guys know last time I got my Halloween like triple set of the Halloween 3 figures from Toonie Terrors. So I went to their table, and they had some stuff. I splurged a little bit on it, not a lot. There was some more stuff I left. But first up, I got Fly Guy's vinyl figure of Ghostface.
Hell yeah.
Then I got another Fly Guy's vinyl figure of Ghostface, and this one's my favorite one out of the two. It's the blood swipe off the knife.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
To be honest with you, rewatching Scream 6, one of the best shots in the whole entire series is when both of the twin not twins, but the brother and sister, when
Yeah.
they do the knife swipe and it's just like simultaneously. That's one of the best things I think is. And this is the one we will be talking about later, Goops. I got a Super 7 figure of Return of the Living Dead zombie.
Hell yeah. That's so good.
Yes. I saw this. I'm like, is that Return of the Living Dead? I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm thinking, I really wanted to tell you guys so bad, but I'm like, I'm going to save this for the episode. So hopefully Ian and Colby are watching so they can see this. I know Ian would want this so bad. But that is it for my pickups this week.
Nice. I got a couple, nothing horror, but of course, Hamnet released on physical, so I had to get the DVD.
With best actress,
best leading actress,
Jessie Buckley.
Yeah, comes with a little slip cover. I love me a good crier, and that's a good crier for sure.
I wish they would update that cover and put actually like Academy Award winner Jessie Buckley now on the new copies that they release.
Yeah. Then the next thing I got, I bought a Lego set.
Oh wait, that's Brian's car.
Yeah, that's the Nissan Skyline. I've been wanting to get into Legos, but I never pulled the trigger on it. And this one was on sale for like $17 or something. So at Target. So I got
Legos are fun. Legos are fun. I got the Mando head. Oh, sorry to interrupt you. I got the Mando head, and I got the Thanos glove. Then it got destroyed, so it's in a little baggy. So I got to put it back together. So I got both of those. I wish they could make like more horror ones.
Yeah,
actually, like Lego, except these little other brands.
Yeah, the Gremlins, the Gizmo one with the 3D glasses is sick, but they're so expensive.
Is that actually Lego?
Yeah, it's actually Lego.
Oh shit, I might actually have to cop that.
Yeah. So I just got me a little thing just to do on the side. My daughter's been getting really into Legos and building. My oldest, Legos and building and stuff. She did a few things at school, so I'm like, screw it, I'll get one and we'll get into it. So that's just what I got this last couple weeks. Nothing crazy. So let's jump into some news, shall we?
And we got a lot this week because, like I said, it was been 11 days since I last recorded with Ray, so we got a lot.
Yeah, so we'll try to go as quick as possible, but who knows? First one, Patrick Wilson joins the cast of The Last of Us. And is this the Patrick Wilson?
Yes, it is the Patrick Wilson.
He
is going to be playing Abby's dad.
Okay. All right. And I'm horrible with names. It's fucking Conjuring, right?
Yeah.
Patrick Wilson. All right.
Insidious Patrick Wilson.
Yeah. That's it. And yeah.
And they'll put Conjuring Insidious. He's just in everything.
He's just in everything that they do. Okay, yeah. I like him as an actor. So I'm totally down for that.
I've only seen the first episode, Last of Us. After what I heard about season 2, I don't know if I'm excited.
I haven't watched the second season. I started watching it, and then there were some characters that I was just like, I don't fucking like you, so I turned it off.
And there's so much recasting, like Danny Ramirez, who plays Falcon in the MCU now. He got recasted because he's filming, I think, like Doomsday and Secret Wars. So they're changing up everything. And of course, what's it, Neil Bruckman, I think it is.
Is that the showrunner?
No, that's the guy from who makes the video game. He's off
Oh,
now. He left the
yeah.
project.
Okay, yeah. Well, they only did. Yeah, I haven't played Last of Us 2 either, so I can't really speak on how much video game they have to make. But the first season, I'm just going to act like that was it because that first season was perfection.
That's what a lot of people think now because a lot of people think it's Craig Mays that's actually messed up this whole entire franchise.
Yeah, it's so good. So we'll see. What we got next?
So up next, A Quiet Place 3. Cast has finally been announced in this cast. It has some great people on it. And I did take a screenshot of this. So it has Emily Blunt coming back, Cillian Murphy's coming back, Millions Simmons, or I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Noah Jupe, which is the brother and sister, is the kids. But also Katie O'Brien from Running Man, Love Lies Bleeding. I forgot what else she's in. She's in Queens of the Dead also.
Yeah. Yep.
Jason Clarke. You know who Jason Clarke is.
Yeah.
Genesis, the worst Terminator of all time.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Such a great
sure.
actor. Then the biggest one out of the new cast, Jack O'Connell.
To the Irish jig.
Have you realized him and Cillian Murphy are they're both Irish and they're gonna be in this movie?
Yeah. Dude, Jack O'Connell is
What? Oh my god, I just realized they're in 28 years later also.
Yep, they're gonna cross paths in the third one.
No, but remember, Jimmy Crystal might be dead. Maybe. We never know.
Ah, dude, I don't know.
If that movie ever gets made now.
I know, right? Fuck it. But first, real quick, dude, Noah Jupe can act his fucking ass off, man.
Is he one of the sons in Hamnet?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
He's not the son. He plays Hamlet in the play that's based off of Hamnet, which, side note, is his younger brother in the movie. So
and he's going to be in The Exorcist.
Brother, yeah, his actual brother, and he played the boy in The Carpenter's Son with Nicolas Cage, and he was good in that.
You know, I don't know if it's, sorry to interrupt you right there a couple of times. I don't know if they're still doing it, but him and the guy who plays Billy from It Chapter 1, they were for the longest time attached to that reboot of what they wanted to do with the Lost Boys.
I could see that.
I wish they could still do that. I think they're not doing it. I kind of want it, but I kind of don't. Like, if they modernize, like, Lost Boys to, like, now.
Yeah. Are they going to have the Chinese food scene, you think?
Maybe. That scene got fucked.
Hey, man, as long as they got the sexy sax man, we're good, dude. All right, this next news pissed me off so bad.
Just get John Cena up there doing the saxophone.
Oh, hell yeah, call that. But then it's just going to be a saxophone floating. We wouldn't be able to see.
True.
Shit, this next news pissed me off so bad. So when I was younger, quick story, my Aunt Patricia loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Loved it. And I was probably in like 3rd, 4th grade, something like that. I can't remember exactly. Maybe a little older. But she would always watch it and this was back when it was running on TV. So I would watch it with her. And I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Sarah Michelle Gellar. I love the movie. It's the standalone movie also. And they had the the Legacy reboot coming out. And they even had Chloe Zhao was going to direct the pilot. Fucking Hulu, go suck a fat one because they're not moving forward with the damn sequel series. You had one of the best directors in there. You had a show with a cult following. One of the best early. Is that? It was mid '90s, I think, when it first came out. Like '90s into early 2000s TV shows. Like, so yeah, kind of pissed. Sarah Michelle Gellar, you could tell, was very upset about it. Same thing with Chloe Zhao. And yeah, Hulu, you suck.
Okay. I don't have no comment. I haven't never seen Buffy.
It's legit. It's legit.
Did that and Angel ever cross over?
Yeah, the Buffy came first, led into Angel, and I can't remember. I'm pretty confident to say yes, but yeah, I need to go back and do a full ass rewatch of Buffy. That's what I need to do.
That'd be great content for you. So I might have to watch it. Up next too, I'm very. I got questions about this. Passenger, the new film from what the fuck is his name? Andre Overdolf. There you go.
Yeah, I was like the guy who did the last voyage of the Demeter. That's all I know.
We talked about this a couple of weeks ago with Colby. No, we talked about this about 2 months ago with Colby because he's the first one that saw the trailer in front of Primate. You guys, if you guys have seen Scream 7 and Primate, a lot of the Paramount releases, because it's a Paramount movie, they're showing it before those movies. It was supposed to come out on May 29th with Backrooms. It has moved up a week to Memorial Day weekend for May 22nd.
Dude,
I'm kind of scared though.
That trailer scared the shit out of me. They showed it last night when I watched in front of Undertone, and they showed that shit in the Dolby. Brother in Christ, loud as fuck. Scared the hell out of me.
I'm kind of scared though. Well, we don't got a new trailer. We don't got a poster. And the trailer hasn't really been released to the public yet.
Dude, I kind of like that. I kind of like it. Because
they trailer got to be.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. You can go because it's a smart thing and a bad thing at the same time.
Yeah, because trailers are giving away so much shit nowadays. Keep it as minuscule as possible. Can't talk right now.
You good?
I need more Diet Mountain Dew.
You can go get some Wild Talk to the people real quick.
Grab one.
So this is why I have the problem with this movie.
Don't worry, I have pants on.
Shout out Colby. But also with this trailer, one, there's no marketing behind it right now, which saves some money because we're all talking about it. The only other problem I have is if Goops, if you can still hear me.
Yeah.
Is if they release this trailer, I think I hope it's just this. I think it would just be this if they released it. But also, there's two things. One, like I said before, it doesn't have a marketing budget on it. But two, also, with this marketing, how are people going to go see it if they don't know about the movie?
True. But we still got, what, 2 months? I think, something like that.
But that's the issue, though. It's is this movie that bad that because it feels like a psycho killer.
Could be. Yeah.
I need to watch that though.
Whenever
it's released.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either. So, if what it is from the trailer scared the shit out of me. So,
yeah, this trailer did scare the shit out.
And
when we what were you gonna say?
my bad. And Justice Smith is a great actor, so I think is that his name, Justice Smith?
Wait, is he gonna be in this movie?
He's the guy in the trailer. He's the guy in the car.
Wait, is he the guy in the car?
He's the guy that gets out to take a piss.
Well, shit! I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So with him being in it, I mean, he was fantastic in I saw the TV Glow, the that show on Netflix. I can't even fucking remember it. But excuse me, yeah, he's a good actor.
I'm trying to look up to see who his cast is now for this movie, because I'm like questioning things. No, it's not Justice Smith. It's oh fuck, it's just May. Is it Justice Smith? They might show something else. Oh, because the cast I'm looking at is totally different.
Are you looking at?
Yeah, I looked at the passenger. It's it's Will Smith's son from Bad Boys, the new ones. He's the main actor in it. There's only 3 people in this movie. Maybe that's why they're not pushing it. They only pay 3 people so they can earn their money back now.
Yeah. But we shall see. This trailer looks scary. I'll be seated.
Yeah, me too. No matter what.
Right. I'm definitely going to be seated for this next one. We finally got the Camp Crystal Lake first look of the Peacock series. Nothing too crazy, but we are finally getting a new fucking Jason project. So just take my money now.
Before I get into my thoughts about this, when I went live today or yesterday, the perfect comment. Someone's like, why are we not getting new Jason projects? I'm like, well, 2 creators are fighting over a lawsuit about their rights for it. They're like, oh, so they're trying to fight the custody of the child. I'm like, okay, if you put it that way.
The mutant child who died.
I'm like, damn, I didn't think of that, but you gotta do put that the right way. I'm excited for this. I like these first images. It's giving off A24.
Yeah.
Especially the way it looks. It has that feel kind of like an X or that. And I'm excited to see this.
Yeah. I'm ready.
November of this year for Friday the 13th? You think?
I think so.
I hope so.
Yeah, I would hope so. I need it, though, because we need more Jason. Let's just put it that way.
Most definitely. Then up next, another classic, with another movie in a classic franchise. The Exorcist, Mike Flanagan's Exorcist is finally filming. Started production. I'm ready. I can't wait for. We are literally a year away from this project.
Yeah, I will. I'm not okay. How do I put it? I'm not the biggest OG Exorcist fan. Exorcist 3 is fantastic. Exorcist OG is good. It paved the way for like the religious horror genre. I know it's not the first one, but it definitely it's up there with one of the most influential on there. But number 3 was fantastic. It's kind of the first one's kind of boring. So I'm excited to see the revampedness of The Exorcist with Mike Flanagan's touch on it.
Yeah, me too.
You know, so I'm excited, and I'm also fucking mad about the next one. K-pop Demon Hunters 2 is now in the works, but they're talking about like fucking 2028 or something like that. Like, my cats are mad too. 2028. Like, dude, you knew this. You knew once it dropped on Netflix and it started going. You should have started hitting pen to paper right then. And now it's what, a 2-time Oscar winner now with animated feature and song. You should have had been working on it. But I'm excited. I love K-pop Demon Hunter.
I like this movie. I like this movie a lot. I'm gonna tell you why it's taken on so long. As a person who loves animation from Sony, especially the Spider-Verse movies, it's not the script that's going to take so long. It's this animation.
Yeah, I really enjoy Sony's animation. One of my favorites is Mutant Mayhem, but you can't see it. I had the
Paramount.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, they copied the stuff like Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I like that. Fine, I will rephrase it. I like that animation style that they do. Spider-Verse.
I think they do that in Goat also, don't they?
Yeah, Goat has the same animation, but that's actually Sony. At this point, I think fucking they're all the same company now. There's no competition. They're all fucking owned by the same goddamn people.
They're just merged together now.
Exactly.
The company. That's what it's going to be called. The company.
Yep. It's just going to be called the company. This next.
Up next.
Yeah.
Goodness. After our Scream episode, I was about to say last week, 2 weeks ago, Roger L. Jackson, the voice of Ghostface, will be entering the Puniverse finally. Damn, we got some legends in the Puniverse. I just thought Roger L. Jackson, I'm about to say Norman Reedus, not Norman Reedus, Richard Brake, Robert Englund. But Roger L. Jackson is going to be doing, I don't know if he's the voice or if he's actually going to be acting in it, Rabbit and Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 3.
Yeah.
Give me it now.
Yeah. Dude, did you see, side caveat, did you see the concept art for the new Tigger?
No. Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking wild. So yeah, give me all of it. I will go see. I will be first in line to see this movie. Yeah, I fucking love it. Wait, real quick.
Yeah,
I know we're gonna get into some actual trailers that are decent. Did you watch the Tin Man trailer?
No.
A week ago or something like that, dude. It's absolutely hilarious, but it's so funny. I don't even know when it's supposed to come out or anything, but the Tin Man was literally smashing heads with a yellow brick from the Yellow Brick Road. Fantastic.
Okay,
but yeah,
I might have to watch this.
Yeah. Now, these next two, I haven't watched them. I haven't watched the trailers, so forgive me. But one of them, Hokum, the full trailer came out. The only thing I've seen from that is that fucking little weird thing. That little weird image thing. That's the only thing I've seen. And that was all I needed. I didn't even need a trailer. You just tell me Damian McCarthy's doing another Irish folk ghost story. Sign me up.
So, I did see the trailer. Goosebumps on my arms right here. That shit gave me goosebumps. It's terrifying. I haven't seen a Damian McCarthy movie. I'm going to watch Caveat and Oddity before I watch this. I'm excited for this. Adam Scott's in it. I kind of like the thing of the switch at this end. That's all I'm going to give because that's what they have said. I know more specific details, but I just don't want to tell Goobs. It's going to be good. Yeah. And I'm going to make a prediction after we talk about the second trailer, which is the Obsession trailer. Full trailer, by the way, for Obsession has been released online if you guys haven't watched it. This is Curry Barker's second feature film. His first one's Milk and Cereal, which is available right now on YouTube. If you guys are watching on YouTube, go watch it real quick. Come back and listen to the episode. But I love Milk and Cereal. I think Goobs really like Milk and Cereal. This trailer for Obsession what we have heard from Chuck, Gigi, Sydney, Justin, all of them coming out of, and even Cody, coming out from Fantastic Fest, that this is one of the best movies they have seen in a while.
Yeah.
And after watching that trailer, I believe it. I already had faith it was Curry Barker, but dude, this is going to go dark. It's fucking looks like bleak, depressing. It's obsession all the way. Like, even though it's the title. And fun fact, they took out 6 to 7. I love how he said that. Curry Barker knew what he was doing. Head smashes out of this film, or it would have been NC-17. This is how hard it's going to go.
Damn. I'm excited. Like I said, I know the premise, and that's it.
And it depends on how it goes after we talk about this movie today with Undertone. But bold prediction: Hokum, Obsession, 1 and 2 by the end of the year.
Yeah, it's good. They're
Clip it, chat.
Clip it. We got some good ones coming out, man, and we've already had some good ones out so far this year. I mean, Bone Temple. I don't care what people say. That movie fucking rips. It's so well done.
I love that movie.
You know, but like next we got an IMAX release for Godzilla Minus Zero. I hope they re-release Godzilla Minus One because I haven't seen it yet, and I want to see it on the big screen. You know, so
You
I hope they
haven't
do
seen
it.
Godzilla Minus One?
No,
Wait, you haven't seen the movie at all?
No, I haven't seen the movie at all.
Bro.
So, well, I know now. With the sequel coming out, they're gonna have to do a re-release. So I'm like,
I hope they do. I want to see the Atomic Breath scene on IMAX so bad.
I'm like, I want to wait for them to do a re-release so I could see it on the big screen like it was intended. So then I can go into the next one, you know, ready to go. See, there's a method.
True. I'm gonna let you get the next piece because I got one. It's not horror, but I'm gonna splice into how I think it could be horror also.
All right. So The Mummy 4 will actually be a sequel to The Mummy Returns. So they're getting that freaking
Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Yeah, the Dragon Emperor one out of there. So that's good. That's good. That one doesn't. It's not bad, but it's like it's so unmemorable. Like Jet Li's cool, but it's such an unmemorable thing. Speaking of, The Mummy Returns is actually returning back to theaters for its 25-year anniversary. I just saw the poster yesterday at the AMC.
Yeah, I knew about that. They've been doing the flashback cinema like before at my theater beforehand, and they always show that.
Dude, I'm old as hell because that's 25 years. I was 11 when that movie came out. No, 12 because I'm 37. Damn, I'm old.
How you feel? I was 2, bro.
But that makes me feel even older. Thanks, dude. All right. Well, there's definitely no other news that Dakota wants to talk about, so we're just gonna.
Oh wow! Okay.
No, I'm just messing. Go for it, man. Strap
so
in,
this is not horror, but I have to talk about it, and I'm gonna say how it could be horror. We got if you guys know me, like personally, my favorite non-horror movie is Doom Part 2. And we just got new posters for Doom Part 3 yesterday. And the trailer's supposed to be releasing today when this trailer drops. If you're wondering how is this horror adjacent, like how is this developed in horror, I heard that Doom Part 3 is supposed to be the darkest movie. Most bleak, and you see that from the posters. It looks like a very deep and dark movie. This stars Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson,
Holland.
Zendaya Holland, which is so weird now.
I know.
Florence Pugh, Rebecca Ferguson, Javier Bardem, Anya Taylor-Joy is coming back for it. But the new cast member, which I think this will go into the horror elements with what have learned, is Robert Pattinson is going to be in this as the villain. And his villain is dark. I heard his villain is very dark.
That was going to be my question. If good old Bobby Pattinson was going to be the villain.
He's one of the villains. Should we tell you who's the other villain technically?
Is it still well, I don't know. I haven't seen the second one. Is Austin Butler? Is he? Wasn't he the villain in the second one?
Yeah, no, it's Timothy Chalamet. Paul Atreides becomes Paul Atreides. They have always said this. George Lucas got the idea for Star Wars from Dune. Paul Atreides is Anakin Skywalker.
Okay.
The chosen one to lead everybody to the glory land, and he causes a little bit of a mass. You know what? That's what Paul Atreides leads to. So he's very, very not a good person, and you can kind of see it from this first poster.
Yeah. Does you think he'll have the high ground in this one?
Oh,
get it,
dude. What I've heard about this, there's some shit that happens to him. This movie, it's a fucking ride. I think. Yeah. You haven't watched part 2 yet. Part 2 was a ride, but this one I heard is gonna be a ride. And people saw the trailer early yesterday in IMAX. They showed certain people, and they said we are not ready for what we're about to see.
Nice. Hell yeah.
But lock in Doom Part 3 in IMAX, December 18th.
Hell yeah. But anyway, we're going to jump in to our main topic. As you know, we are going to be talking about A24's newest horror release, Undertone, directed by Ian, and I'm probably going to miss Tuason. He's Canadian, I believe. So there's a certain pronunciation in the last name.
To his dad.
Who's his dad?
I don't know. He liked my Instagram post to shout out to his dad.
Oh, fuck yeah, gang. Shout out, Dad. But real quick, this movie is an independent film. It played at festivals, Fantasia. Right after that, it got picked up by A24. This movie was done on what, 50K? Was it? Or
500K.
500K? Mm-hmm. It made over $9-something million.
$9.3 million opening weekend, just domestically, not even worldwide.
So think about that. Independent film is now becoming where a lot of financial success is coming from. Yes, you have your fucking part 4 of The Conjuring making a shit ton of money, Scream 7 making a shit ton of money. But when it comes to the percentages and how these studios are now investing in independent films, this is what it's all about. This is what Dakota, myself, all of our friends, Ian, Colby, Chuck, we scream about independent film. And this is why. You have a small team making and 500K to us is a shit ton of money. But when it comes to a film, it is not that much of a budget, especially with what they do with that budget in this movie. So just shout out to independent films. Shout out to A24, Neon, fucking even Focus Features that are picking up these independent films because of what the rise of independent film and cinema is. These independent filmmakers are killing it. You know what I mean?
Can I say one more thing? We kind of skipped something. I think it's the most important thing because we got to give some people the praises about last year. We forgot to go over how horror dominated this year in the Oscars.
Oh yeah, did.
I got the results right here.
Yeah.
I was thinking I forgot something in the news. Amy Madigan won Best Supporting Actress of the Year. I'm like, fuck yes, for Aunt Gladys, and she has announced that her and Zach Kreger are writing the script for the prequel right now. So hopefully we can get that by time next year. So I'm ready for that. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein won 3 Oscars last night in costume design, makeup and hairstyling, and best production design.
Which that movie was made for those categories, man.
Then Sinners got 4. Best original screenplay, which Goobs was really hyped for that. Made history last night. Best cinematography, first time won by a female.
Yeah.
Almond. I don't know. I don't really know her last name. I don't want to butcher it.
Oh, my cat's freaking out.
Then the GOAT, Ludwig Göransson, won his 3rd Oscar last night for score after winning it for Black Panther and Oppenheimer, which I think he's going to get number 4 next year with the Odyssey. Then the surprise of the night, for me especially, I thought Timothée Chalamet was going to win Best Actor for Marty Supreme. And I was on Timothy's support train all the way through. But when they announced that Michael B. Jordan won Best Actor, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And of course, well, as you guys find out, it's not hard, but Jessie Buckley did win Best Actress, which she was in The Bride, so.
Yeah, that movie is peak. Yeah, dude. She deserved that. There was no other performance that was going to take that away from her. And Michael B. Jordan getting the recognition was fantastic. Like I said, Ryan Coogler is only the second is only the second Black winner of Best Original Screenplay. The other one is Jordan Peele for Get Out.
Oh, shit. I didn't even know that. Both horror movies, too.
Yep, both horror movies. And I don't know why I can't. And then Best Cinematography, she is the very first and only woman. Of course, she's the first one, so she's the only one. But winner of Best Cinematography. And I will try to pronounce her name. Autumn Gerald Arkapow. She got rejected from film school.
Are you serious?
Came back in fucking one of the premier prestige film schools. She got rejected from it, and now she's the first female winner of that award. So, shout out to the horror genre. Ryan Coogler himself is making history not only for himself but other people.
This is what I'm going to say with everyone's discussion of One Battle and PTA. One Battle could have won. It was okay that it won. I would like Swinners, but it's okay that it won. I wanted Ryan to win more than PTA.
Yeah. Oh, can we just, the one gripe that I have, man, we should have had an Oscar show. But anyway, there's just so many things I could say next year. But the inaugural casting role or casting award going to One Battle, I thought was absolute craziness. Sinners, every piece was handpicked within that film. Everything was so perfect to the T. That was my only thing. I was just like, there's no way that casting overall goes to anybody else but Sinners. That was my only gripe.
Can I give you my quick thoughts on this?
Yeah.
Why One Battle won? Ryan Coogler got Miles Canton. It was not the casting person. So Ryan Coogler was credited for that. That has a great cast, but PTA never got Chase Affinity. The casting person got Chase Affinity.
Yeah.
And that was her first ever role also. So if you think about the two, you think about Miles, you think about Chase. Ryan Coogler is the reason Miles got the role. The casting director is the reason Chase got the PTA role. And plus, it didn't help that Sean Penn didn't win Best Supporting Actor. I like Sean Penn, but it shouldn't went to Delroy.
Yeah, I have a hot take on that if you want to hear it.
Yeah, throw it out.
I think Miles Caton should have been the nominee
in that role. Yeah, I think he should have also.
Best Supporting. I think, if you want my hottest of hot takes,
Jack O'Connell?
I think Miles Caton's performance was the best in Sinners. The singing, the guitar playing, just the acting in general, the mannerisms, because it was his first acting role. You could tell a lot of times where he had this like timidness, but it wasn't because he was his first time actor. It was because he was playing a timid preacher boy. He was sheltered. He was out in the world dealing with things that he didn't know, and like his whole performance felt raw and believable. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not taking anything away from Delroy or Michael B. Jordan or O'Connell or anybody else, but like I said, I think Miles Caton's fucking performance, like on the levels, was the best in that performance. Was the most impactful in that movie. Call me crazy, but from the guitar playing, the singing, the acting, and just everything, I think he fucking absolutely killed that role. Because if you think about it, he was the focal point of a lot of that story, if not most of it. From the music to the very beginning, you open up the movie with him, you close the movie with him. You know what I mean? But that's just my hot take about the Oscars, but I'm glad that we see horror getting represented over the last couple of years in regards to Demi Moore last year. I know she didn't win the Oscar, but she got Golden Globe, I think, and a few others. You had Chloe Fargeau get the best director nomination. You know, you had these films on the horror genre not getting respect. Now it's getting respect.
There's another thing. There's a couple things I want to add. Two about the Oscars, the one about your independent thing, cinema thing that we talked about all of us. Never mind. Let me go back on that. I got to think about that one again. I lost my train of thought on that. But two, horror gets recognized even if the person's not acting anymore. Because used to, if you act in a horror movie, you were like, that was your main prominent role, you were not voted for it.
Yeah.
And recently, like, I think Jamie Lee Curtis was just thrown in, like, she was just throwing the Oscar. But, like, Mikey Madison, for being the first ever Ghostface to have an Oscar win.
Right.
And before that, she was just Amber Freeman. And that was it. And a lot of people look at, like, Matthew Lillard, like, of course, Jack Quaid, Timothy Olyphant, for example, is a great actor, never won an Oscar. Because I'm wondering how much does it have to evolve with that. uh, Julia Roberts, Emma Roberts. Um, I forgot my other thing that I was going to think. Oh yeah, Michael Keaton's live performance last night.
Oh, dude,
I really enjoyed the live performance that he had.
that was great.
I wish his song was one, but Golden is so good. So I was happy for either one.
Yeah, that was.
It's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah, it's like as a song and how it's composed and how it's impactful, attached with the scene that it was attached to in Sinners. Probably the best fucking scene, composition wise, execution wise, direction, was probably the best scene I saw last year. Once it started, the fucking hairs on my arms stood up. Like it was such an emotional, impactful scene that I loved.
You know what's funny? Walmart's now playing the Oscar winner. They always play Golden at Walmart
Oh,
for some
yeah.
reason. They're playing
I know,
Oscar
right?
winner now. The only Oscar winner ever that plays at Walmart.
Oh, real quick, hot take. When Jamie Lee Curtis won in 2023, it should have been Angela Bassett from Wakanda Forever.
That's why. Yes, that's what it was. I'm thinking.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. No more Oscar talk. We're gonna get in.
My independent cinema thing. This is perfect. You weren't here, and I explained it to them, and I think I persuaded them. Because they did give me a follow afterwards. After I persuaded them, I'm like, fuck yeah. They asked me. They told me, if an independent film is not well known, it's not good. And you know what I told them? Sometimes there is some independent films that never get shown, that no one sees. And that's why we're here. We find the hidden gems, especially if they haven't were released like a long time ago. For example, Circus of the Dead. That was hiding 10 years, and Billy just had it out there for 10 years.
Yeah.
Chuck and them found it, and now he's making a sequel. That's what we're for. We're finding these horror gems and these new release independent cinema gems, and we're telling the people there's some good stuff out there. Mm-hmm. Like there's a film I just sent Goobs that earlier that me and him probably gonna want to try to get out there, and it sounds pretty good, and it might be a hidden gem. We never know. That's what we're doing here. We're finding independent, because of course the big studio stuff's good, like A Bride, Final Destination, all that stuff. But like these little known movies like Hokum, for example, Obsession, still independent, even though it's connected to Focus Features of Blumhouse, which is connected to Universal. It got picked up by them. It's still independent. Curry Barker made it just to get bought by a studio. Talk to Me, Bring Her Back, Undertone. I'm trying to think of something else. Body Cam, these others.
I mean, if you want to get technical, Anora won the Oscar, and that's an independent film. Sean Baker did that. Parasite, another one. Yeah, those are independent films. Just because something is independent doesn't mean it lacks quality. What it means is the person that created that is so confident and so strong in their work that they want to do it their way and not have studio execs that don't know shit about filmmaking tell them how to make their film.
Yep.
So shout out to independent filmmakers.
So we're going to get to our spoiler-free reviews. I'm going to fill up my tea. So if you want to tell the people your spoiler-free review, I'll be listening to you. So if you want to do that while I'm gone.
All right. So the Undertone, it has been getting mixed reviews, to say the least, because the marketing is saying that it's the scariest movie that you'll ever hear, that you'll see within the last decade. I think this movie is really very well executed. Like I said, it is shot in one house. It's a single shot location film that does a very good job of using these long panoramic film shots that makes your eyeballs look at what may or may not be on the screen. Mixing that with the sound design of this film is incredible. It's genuinely one of those films that's so atmospheric that toward the end of the film, I felt like I was losing my breath with the sound design and how it was hitting and everything like that. You follow these two podcasters, they get these tapes sent or these audio files sent to them anonymously via email, and they go through it. And then after that, some sinister shit starts happening. But the main focus of this is its sound design and its atmosphere and shot selection. That's what make this movie so scary. The pacing is a little slower at the beginning, but I find it very purposeful because it keeps you on edge the whole time, because you're living in the seats of these podcasters and trying to hear what they're hearing, feel what they feel, and it just is executed to a T. And that last 20 minutes might be the most anxiety-inducing, terror-ridden sequence of a film that you'll see this year, in my opinion. At least it is for me. So that's my spoiler-free review there.
So, my spoiler-free review is, before going into this movie, I heard a lot of great things from Colby and Chuck Crystal about how this is the scariest movie they've seen last year. And it was being titled, but also A24 does this scariest movie of the year. So it's like going into is like, I trust those four, but it's like, do I trust A24? No, because they love to do that. But after watching this movie, I 100% agree with all of this. Undertone is the scariest movie of the year. It terrified me. It petrified me. Even though watching in the theater, I didn't want to look behind me. And I knew if there were people in the theater, I just didn't want to look behind me. Because, one, how this does the scares is not your generic horror movie of your jump scares with loud noises. This is auditory horror. And they say that in the trailer. But the way they mix with the audio, and there's another thing I like about this movie, and it's kind of like when they do like shots in the dark, they pan to a shot in the dark. It's your interpretation. Is there something right there in the dark when these noises are happening? And I think that's what makes it most terrifying. And you know what this movie reminds me of? Another movie, Skin and Marink. Skin and Marink is the same way. You're interpreting, is there something in the dark right there with all these noises? And like right now, talking about it, thinking about this movie is just giving me goosebumps right now. Because, one, like that's scary with auditory sounds and like these distorted noises, the interpretations, not interpretations. Yeah, it is. Like, you guys are thinking something in the dark. But also the imagery. There's some imagery in this movie that's fucking terrifying from stuff that we see in the trailer. But there's one shot that they drone on for so long that was terrifying. Now we talked about that in the spoiler part. But Nightmare Fuel, if you want some, watch the last 15 to 20 minutes of this movie because you will have some Nightmare Fuel. I was sitting at the end of this movie for the last 30 seconds, petrified, terrified, in awe. I had an out-of-body experience because I thought the theater screen literally went towards me. I felt like this movie was a 3D. I felt like I was getting possessed in the theater. Like something was going to happen. And this theater, it was so fucking terrifying. And I do believe the hype all the way through. Like, I
Yeah.
trust my friends, and they are totally right about this movie.
Yeah.
But that's my spoiler-free review.
Yeah. So, if you haven't seen Undertone, go check it out. Stop this episode. Come back because we're going to go a little bit deeper into the film and get into spoilers. Also, while you're heading out, drop a like, follow the podcast. If you're listening to the audio version, 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, leave us a comment. Have you seen Undertone? Let us know your thoughts. Also, let us know what the scariest movie that you have seen in the comments. But we are going to jump into our our spoiler-filled review of the film in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That fucking
I got a rant right now because I just saw this. Theater etiquette. I was 10 minutes into this movie, and I was locked in after the first clip. Some motherfucker decided to come into my theater, and it was not like talking wise. Is that annoying you guys right now? Because that annoyed me for the last 20 fucking minutes, the first 20 minutes of this movie. That's all I heard. That of a bag, that of a water bottle. He's pulling his phone, or whoever they were, pulling their phone out. Take a picture of the fucking screen while you're at it. Send it to somebody. Probably post on social media. Like, they probably don't care that you're watching the movie right now.
Yeah.
But damn, when you come in there, I paid $9 to watch this movie. I have never walked down and asked for a refund. I about did, because it pissed me off so bad, because I know this movie is an auditory movie. You gotta listen to this movie, and you come in, you do this shit. I feel like they were doing it on purpose the whole damn time.
Yeah.
Do better.
If you have poor movie theater etiquette, I hope your socks get wet every fucking day.
I hope your pillow gets warm at night.
I hope you stub your toe every morning when you wake up.
Dude, that hurts, actually.
Yeah. I hope you get the butt ends of the bread every time you go to make a sandwich.
That actually sucks. I hate the butt ends of the bread.
I know, dude. I fucking hate it. But jumping into this movie, it starts off with our main character. Fuck, I can't even remember her goddamn name. Hold on.
Evie Babbage.
Yes.
I'm not Babbage. Is that what it is?
Hey, man, Evie Bad Bitch. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a cool ass name. I'm just saying.
This one kind of sounds like she's saying.
But you have a podcast host, Evie.
Babick.
She is taking care of her mom. Her mom's is a bedridden woman. She's older, obviously. And she's staying there with her mom to take care of her because something in the past happened. Then it gets right kind of into it. She is making some tea. She goes into the it starts off with the lullaby. She's singing a lullaby to her mom. Yeah. And she's singing Baba Black Sheep. And mind you, lullabies are creepy in general. You know what I mean? But she's singing a lullaby and trying to get her mom to eat and, just not happening. And it cuts to where she goes downstairs and she's making some tea and she's getting ready to start the podcast. Her co-host, who you don't see in the film, you just hear the voice, which is Justin.
Shout out to the guy who plays Justin because he's the chef's favorite movie of all time.
Oh,
Girl
House.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Also, shout out to him because he commented on my video when I made about sound design in horror movies.
Oh, hell yeah!
Because he was like,
Shout
hey,
out,
yeah, shout out to Adam
Adam.
DeMarco. But so you don't see him at all, you just hear his voice. And they host a paranormal podcast. Evie is a skeptic. She doesn't think that the shit that they talk about is real, but Justin plays the part as the believer. And they have this show. And they always, I thought this was interesting. They always film at 3 a.m. Eastern time, which we all know if you're into spooky stuff, 3 a.m. in the morning is the witching hour. It's where all the spooky stuff is supposed to happen. So they play into this, but it's like they don't believe in anything. However, Justin receives an anonymous email with 10 audio files of this couple. Don't know where it came from. And it gets right into it. They listen to the first audio file and they are going through it. And they go in this audio file piece by piece, every little thump, every little thing. It's about this couple, and they're recording themselves at night because his wife is doing some strange things. And he wanted to document what it was. So it starts off pretty slow. You don't get a lot from the first few recordings that they do. You know, he goes to record her while they're going to bed because he thinks like she's sleep talking and all this stuff. And there's little thuds here and there throughout the first audio clip. But what this film does, it basically puts you in the seat of the podcast host because they repeat the sound over and over, and it's like you're trying to hear along with them because you're like, well, shit, did I actually hear that? Did I not actually hear that? I thought that was really cool how they did that and how they kind of put you in the movie itself. They don't just give you what's going on. You're finding out in real time with these audio files that are playing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking also.
Yeah.
The one thing I want to go through this whole entire, like, from where you started to where you got to where you were. The part when she's like with her mom and her mom's breathing.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't know where that came from. This reminds me of something personal because, of course, Goobs knows my grandpa did pass away last June.
Yeah.
And to hear breathing, even though it wasn't like the death rattle like they were saying in the movie, it kind of sounded like it. And to hear somebody have the death rattle, it was very emotional. I about cried. It was that rough to go through that. So it hit me right off. So I'm like, oh, this movie's just like, it's not terrifying, but it gets me right in the feels a little bit. So I'm like, okay, got a connection with this movie a little bit. But also shout out to the mama. She liked my post also. But going through this, I kind of like how, because of course us as podcasters, it shows like the process of the make a podcast, like how we do before we record. We sit down, we ask each other how we're doing, we talk a little bit, like chat a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. And I like that. Then they start and they go through, and this movie really hits if you're a podcaster all the way through. But I love the audio quality of when she puts the headphones on and you hear silence.
Yeah. I thought that was a cool little touch. And before they start recording and listening to these audio files, you get a little bit of backstory, very, very subtle backstory on Evie herself, because he mentions He asks how her mom's doing. Says, "Oh, it's the same as it was before." And then they start mentioning this other person, Damon, I think his name was.
Let me look up this dude. I hate this dude already. I hate this dude during the whole movie.
But it's basically the significant other of Evie, and they have a troubled relationship. And the co-host is, asking, is she staying with her mom for a while?
Darren.
Darren, did she go back to him? Did she staying with him? And she says, no, I'm staying with my mom. And she talks about, after everything, should she go somewhere else? And, you get a little bit more of a backstory up front. She does have a relationship outside of just her mom, but it's rocky. And they continue to go through these audio files. Each audio file gets more and more intense. The second one, you hear a little bit more clear. There's some sleepwalking / sleep talking. And she's saying these things, but it sounds kind of like gibberish. And they keep repeating it over and over and over. And that's what starts creeping you out, is because you get these recordings and they're playing it backwards and they're slowing it down and they're analyzing these audio recordings, and they're fucking terrifying because they're just being played over and over. And the way that the sound design is, like I said, it puts you in those headphones, which I think is really fucking cool. And this is my only knock on the film, is because this beginning portion where they're leading up to it does go by a tad bit slower. But like I said, I think it's very intentional, and there's a reason for it, because it keeps you engaged. If you're into the slower burns, of course, if your brain is just wanting a lot of like boom, boom, action, scare, you won't get that at the very beginning of this film. So I think that's where a lot of people are losing it toward the beginning. But me, I'm very sound design driven. I'm very audio and visual. I love that stuff. So I was locked in the whole time. And further as they're listening to these audio recordings, the more you can start to see it affect Evie. I think it was about the third or fourth audio clip that they hear, we find out that the couple in the audio files are expecting, because there's a baby room that they're talking about. There's certain keys throughout this. And then she starts feeling very overwhelmed. Evie does. So they take a break. And she goes back up and checks on her mom. Mom still has that wheezy breathing. And I liked how when she sat down with the mom, there was that shot, how it showed her mom's kind of back of the head, her up front, and that closet behind her. It did it every time.
When it turned sideways.
Yeah, like it gave you this like, oh, is there somebody in that fucking closet? Like, what's going on? Like I said, this movie does a lot of mind tricks on you, because it makes you think shit is happening when it really isn't. And I think that's what makes a lot of horror movies great, when they can trick the viewer into scaring themselves. Jaws did that, because you don't see the shark. You don't see the shark in that movie until way out there. But just the sound and then the view of the water, the unknown, you're just like, oh shit, what's going to happen in this water?
Is that the same way kind of like Halloween, though? Because we know Michael's there, but nobody does, though.
Exactly. You have a sound design and a score that plays on the emotions of the viewer. So you have this like old school approach of less is more within this film, which I thought was super fucking dope. And like I said, it doesn't blow you away with these loud jump scares or anything like that. you do start getting toward the end the louder thumpings and those sort of things, but there's no like insidious type jump scares, there's none of those. This is very thoughtful and methodical approach to it. I thought, and then I thought how it progressed with it didn't give what was actually eventually happening. It didn't give it away right away. You start getting clues, so you start hearing that the couple is I can't remember if you find out that the couple is on the audio recordings expecting first, or if you get it, Evie comes out that she is expecting, and it's
Evie's first.
Evie is first. So yeah, Evie finds out, and then Darren calls her. She ignores it, and she finds out she's pregnant. And also, it comes out that she used to be a bit of a drinker. So she has another vice with alcohol. Because she's staring at a bottle of Irish whiskey, and she ends up drinking some even after she finds out that she's pregnant, because she doesn't know.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
because
shit.
Because she doesn't know what she's do. She doesn't know what she wants to do. She doesn't know if she wants to do all that, So it's another day for the episode, and she's drinking, and even her podcast host is like, are you okay? Are you drinking again? You're not drinking, are you? And of course she says no, and we get into the next few audio recordings, and that's when we find out that the couple in the audio recording is expecting. And this is when it starts getting more and more like creepy, and you start seeing the skepticism of Evie start to dissipate, because you start hearing these fucking fucked up sounds in these audio files, crying babies, fucking this woman who's pregnant talking backwards, saying these random words, or we think that they're random at the time, and they just keep going and going. And it starts to affect Evie in such a way where she has to take another break. But it starts giving you this downward spiral in Evie's mindset of, she's always been the skeptic. She's always been the ghosts aren't real. This stuff is fake. But she's starting to now believe it, because not only is she having these strange audio files, she's starting to have different dreams, and she thinks she's hearing a lot of stuff in her mom's room, and it just starts picking up from there. And so it's very methodical in when they want to give stuff away and when they don't. I think the director, Ian, is, of course, he's a super smart filmmaker in a sense of when to scare, when to push it, when to pull back. Because like I said, there's a lot of panning shots as we're listening to these podcasters. Like, picture me here on this podcast, but there's a fucking panoramic shot behind me going this way, and you're just seeing everything around me that I'm not seeing as we're listening to this scary fucking noise. So as a viewer, I was sitting there going, there's something there? I thought that was fucking cool.
Yeah, I did too with that. And that's why I said, like, it's the interpretation of, is there something in the dark? And that's always one biggest thing. Like, I watch horror movies and everything, but I know most of that stuff is fake. But the real life stuff was like, especially sleeping in the house with like me on one side and my parents on the other. It's like, of course, I believe in like demons and all that stuff. So to um have the interpretation of is there something in the dark is that's has always been stuck with me the whole entire time, especially since as Scoops knows the story when I was 7 when I saw something hanging up from my bedroom door, and I will get into that with a later episode. Um, if we ever do like our Legends episode or everything. Um, but it's been stuck in my head now of interpretation in the dark now. I don't know what's there. And this pulls like the trigger on it very well. Not only with auditory sounds, but with those also. And I think that's what because when I think that's the one thing because Ian and them never told us that about the interpretation. They only told us about like the audio sounds when it makes it scary. And I'm glad they never told us about any of that, and they never put it in the marketing too. They put like the one image of like the mom or the lady upstairs, and that's all you know.
Yeah.
And they've been showing that since Fantasia. And just to get that interpretation as you watch the movie is so damn good because it makes you terrified in two ways for your ears, but your eyes also.
Yeah. Because, and I've been on this. If you follow, my personal page, I've been on this kick of made a video about the sound design in horror is one of the most crucial aspects of a horror movie that makes it actually scary. Because tell me this, if you're watching somebody get absolutely annihilated by, Michael Myers or whatever, and it's, visually you can close your eyes and you're fine because if you don't have a sound design that makes that kill even worse in as an auditory, you can close your eyes and be fine. Because anytime that I'm scared in a horror movie, I plug my ears. That auditory response. It's the sound of the stabbing or the slicing or whatever that gives you that ugh. Hence,
Can I give you a perfect example of that real quick?
yeah,
Sorry to
dude.
interrupt you.
No.
Octavia Spencer's death in Halloween 2.
Yeah,
When she's getting
exactly.
stabbed over and over, the grunts, hearing her scream, the knife going to her, and it's very bloody. So you hearing that blood just like
Yeah.
go everywhere when Michael's stabbing. It's kind of because like that's the perfect example. Or like when he kills Richard Brake's character. Rob Zombie does very good with that though. Like the
Yeah.
audio with the visual because he has a brutality to it. But with like that and like the Richard Brake, like when Michael's like cutting his head off, you hear the glass like scraping against the skin and the bone. It's like
Yeah.
tearing. So like Goop said, if he covers his eyes, he's like thinking about it, but it makes it worse because your brain is like your worst enemy, kind of like thinking things like you're
Mhm.
not seeing it. So your brain is playing a worse image into your head
Yeah,
of what it could be.
exactly. Because if you watch one of the most brutal kills, right? Let's say you watch like the Octavia Spencer kill, but you mute the TV. You're just seeing this dude just going, and you're just like, oh man, that's crazy. You're not scared. You're not going. You're not wincing with every shot. You're just like, oh man, that's brutal. But once you unmute it and you hear the whole aspect of that scene, it's just like, oh, it's so much worse. You know, um, Damien Leone did a great job with it on the Terrifier 3 set with the shower scene. He took the score totally out. He wanted you to hear every chainsaw rip, every blood squirt, every all of it. There was no score on there. It was just pure depravity in that scene. You know what I mean? But you could
Yeah.
watch that scene on mute and go, "Oh, this is just bloody and gory." No, that fucking with that sound on, it's just like, "Ooh, this is starting to get really uncomfortable, really bad. Like just the sound of the chainsaw going and stuff like that. So that's why I think this movie is so good. And I feel like it's not going to be for every horror fan because not every horror fan likes that type of methodical approach to scaring you. They want to be scared right away or they want to see some stuff, which you're not going to get that with this one until toward the end.
I do
Excuse
agree with you on that.
me. Excuse me. Um, so when she starts figuring out that she's pregnant and everything, they once they start hearing that there's babies involved in these audio files and pregnancy and everything like that, then you start to see her kind of unravel. And she starts, and this is where I think she starts hearing things that she wants to hear, but it's because of what we find out is actually happening. Should we just skip to kind of where what we find out these audio clippings have?
Yeah, we
With
can.
the so come to find out, and I can't remember what audio file, it's like 5 or 6. The couple on the audio recording, you start hearing thuds and babies crying, and then the actual woman in the audio files saying this phrase. And I can't remember the phrase, and even if I did, I probably wouldn't say it. But it's basically she's saying this word backwards, and it's like agazoo, agazoo, agazoo. And we're just like, and you're just they're trying to figure out what agazoo is. And so while they're listening to these recordings, they're Googling and searching, and then they find out that agazoo is some type of spirit that is connected through, or they first start looking into nursery rhymes, because nursery rhymes is a big thing within this film because there's a lot of hidden messages within nursery rhymes. They mention Rockabye Baby, how a child literally falls from the treetop down and dies, as they start looking at these. And then they find out what they're saying with the agazoo is a demon type spirit, which goes after newborns. And it's part of, I can't remember if it was a part of one of the lullabies that they were singing. It was that little like pull doll thing.
Can I tell you what it is? I remember it's one of the lullabies. It's Baba Black Sheep backwards.
Yeah,
That's what that's where they get from.
Yeah.
Agazoo, which I hate saying that name because that gives me chills.
I know.
Which I'm thinking that's actually a real demon. Was a woman at one time who took babies. I think, of course, killed them. Which horrible human being. If this is all true, got lynched by the town because of all this. Of course, vengeful spirit, like half of the time with a lot of these Native American, especially Native American lore with skinwalkers and all that, but also just lore period with demons. Vengeful spirit becomes a demon, especially these big ones, and she goes after people that are pregnant. I don't know why. They never explain. I think they explained that a little bit.
She was infertile and she couldn't have children.
Yeah, so she was taking them.
So she was going after the people who could have children. I remember that. Real quick, before I forget, remind me to tell you, remember the little, in one of the audio files, there was like this little like sound that was like, and she kept pulling it.
I heard that shit.
Yeah, and come to find out, it's like this little pull tab doll thing, and they show a picture of it. He sends he sends her a picture, or it's vice versa, and they go, "Who the fuck?"
Just to censor the thing.
Yeah, and they're like, "Who the fuck would want that in their child's nursery?" And I thought the same thing, because it's like this porcelain doll, Raggedy Ann looking thing that has a pull tab, a pull string, like, and it says a phrase, but it says this like creepy shit. And they kept doing it over and over, and they kept replaying it. There's a point in the end of the movie where I want to tell you, but so just remind me to tell you about that, just so it's in my head.
Okay.
But they start seeing this Agazu, or they start hearing about this. And
can I tell you the thing that scares me the most about this whole type of thing with this demon?
Yeah.
She comes into the house with I don't know if it's Virgin Mary, with a statue of Virgin Mary.
Oh, it's like little statues of like little kids on there, and like, yeah.
Yeah, and of course her mom has one because she puts it on top of her closet. But dude, when they pop up the image of what she looks like, and it's like the old stone, that's what I'm saying. The one image that scared the shit out of me, and they kept on like doing it over and over, and that's the one image that it was.
Yeah. And then what they kind of start going through this whole, and they start like researching it, and they're still playing these songs and these things, but they decide to take a break. And but Evie continues to do research. Now I can't remember if she does it the same night before this happens, but there's a scene where she's in bed and she's trying to relax and does this like meditation thing with earphones, and she has a nightmare, and she wakes up from this nightmare, but she thinks she hears her mom talking, and there is getting chills in my fucking neck. The mom's room is down a dark hallway with the door open, and she hears these fucking her mom's voice, and she's talking, and it's like, I can't remember. She's like, I prayed for you. I prayed for this. I prayed for you. I prayed for this. I can't remember exactly what she was saying, but it was very muffled and very scary. And she runs into the room and flips on the light, and her mom's just back out, just like, and she's like, no, I heard you say something. Why aren't you responding? Why aren't you responding? And then the fucking light flicks. She apologizes to her mom for like grabbing her and stuff. And then she sits down at the edge of the bed, and then that light flicks on on that closet. And I'm like, oh, fuck, you know? And as she's going to the closet to look,
the mom raises up.
The mom raises up and looks at her, and I'm just like, oh my God. Look, I don't know if you can see.
Did you ever watch the trailer for this?
I don't know if I watched that particular one.
That shot was in the trailer both times, and that kind of scared the shit out of me. I'm like, who the fuck is that raising up in the background?
Raising up in the background, just terrifying. And then she turns around and like she's back to laying down, and then she leaves. Then she goes back downstairs and starts listening to Baba Black Sheep backwards, and she starts drawing, because she had this dream. And she starts drawing with crayon on the fucking on paper, and this creation. And this is where you get to the ending of the movie, because it's like, it's crazy, because it's slow paced at the beginning, and then all of a sudden you're right there at the end where shit's about to pop off, and you don't know it's about to pop off until it does, because it doesn't telegraph nothing. Because you're like, when is because I don't know about you, but it's like, I was looking at like, when is the scares going to happen? And they fucking happen right when you least expect it. So they get through this. She's listening to the recordings and looking up Agazu and all this other stuff, and she's drawing on paper. And then Justin calls, and they start going through it again. And she's like, there's only 2 files left. Let's fucking go. Dude, when I fucking tell you, when they start going through, and I can't remember what they pull up, but they say we found out this, and this, and that this demon is about babies and all this stuff. Then they were like, no, it can't be demon, it can't be real possession. And the guy's like, no, it's this is associated with this case. And that's when that fucking picture with on the TV screen with the red face comes up, which is creepy as fuck. But they're like, yeah, this woman was affected the same way. And then they start continuously, they continue to go through these recordings. And I'm telling you, the last 20 minutes of this fucking movie, it felt like I was in a heavyweight fight because you're just getting bombarded with visual triggers, fucking audio triggers, just hitting every sense. My eyes were watering. Like I wasn't crying. My eyes were just watering because I just had no, like, I didn't know what to feel. When that audio recording starts and they start hearing, it was almost like they weren't audio recordings. They were the demon right then and there, because that fucking lady in the recording was like, I can't believe you listened to all of these. You shouldn't have listened, because the guy tried to reach out and say, who is this? Who sent me these? And the email was disabled. And dude, when those last clips start and they start saying agazoos, and I'm trying to remember how the last part of the movie
Goops.
went. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It's creepy. And she stops for a minute and goes into the living room because shit is like flickering, and mind you, all the shots that are happening on the screen, the audio is still pounding. There's thumps from the top, from the upstairs. There's the swinging lamps happening, the popping of the bulbs. And then, did you see the fucking figure in the hallway?
Oh, the mom.
Yeah.
Yes, that scared the shit out of me too.
Dude, it's unbelievable. That last 20 minutes is honestly the scaredest I've been in a fucking movie theater ever.
Bro, just think you were in the theater for that, and I was too. What about when this thing releases on digital and physical and we get to watch this thing at home?
Yeah, you're going to be looking over your shoulder the whole time. And what really creeped me out is when Evie's listening to these things, she's drawing with crayon on these papers, and you're not seeing what she's drawing at all. You're just seeing her scribble on the kind of off of the camera. And you have Justin talking back and forth, but Evie's getting like deep into it. And there's this live, while they're doing this, they have this like live call where this lady's saying that she's gonna basically kill her child because she's a bad mom, and she's like, I can't do this, and the baby's crying and stuff. And then Evie breaks down and says, I killed my mother. I killed my mommy. And she goes back to when they were little, where she would they would pray for each other. And she's like, my mom would pray. I would pray for my mom every day. And then I stopped. And then she got real sick. And like, she almost blamed herself for her mom's condition because she said she didn't pray for her. And like, she's like, I killed my mommy. And then it goes silent. And then you hear the chuckle of that bitch on the audio file or on the phone or whatever it is. She's like, you think that this is like, you think that you were going to get away or something? Remember, do you remember what she said?
Yeah. Oh no, terrified the fuck out of me. Can I tell you something else about this?
Yeah.
The first phone call we had, they get of when it's the boy says he's the neighbor to them, and they live right near Evie, and they both I'm just gonna say off their self because I don't know how YouTube
Yeah.
and Spotify does with that word.
Uh,
Um, um, they take their own life. That's what. There you go.
yeah.
That's a better way to say it. Um, to be honest, there's a point. I don't know if it's there. It's there in this. Did you see the two like quick like flashes of images?
Hmm.
Do you realize it's both of the people with bags on their heads?
Yeah. I did at
I
first.
thought that. I'm like, okay, it's just there. So I'm like, oh fuck, no, they're showing us the images. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
because
oh,
it
this
flashed
kind of
like
more
they had.
scary.
Yeah, it's like they had the plastic bags tied around their heads, and obviously to suffocate. But that when she kind of gets up and all that noise is happening, and the sound is pulsating through, when she goes in the kitchen at the top of the fridge, when it pans, so she runs to the sink, and at the top of it pans back this way. At the top of the fridge, there was one of those fucking dolls.
Oh, bro, you just got me goosebumps because I didn't fucking know that shit.
Wait when you watch it again. That doll that has that the recording had the little
Yeah.
sound. It's on the top of the fucking refrigerator as it pans through, and then it goes back to her going in the living room. And that picture that they showed of the red face, that was associated with the Nagazoo demon
No, that
before.
not only that, but that remember that video they said all those people watched it and they took their own life. And
Yeah,
of course, I'm thinking, why did you just play that video out of nowhere? And Justin gets very worried. He's like, you gotta stop that.
yeah.
Because of course, Evie at the beginning is the skeptic.
Hmm.
But it's like by the end, she kind of thinks, oh shit, this is kind of maybe real.
Yeah. And while they're doing this, lights are flashing, sound is pounding. She goes in the living room, and you have Justin screaming like, "Evie, are you okay?" She's hitting the TV with that lady's face on it that's got the red background. And every time she hits it, the facial expressions change, which is fucking terrifying. And all the while, her mom is starts to appear in the fucking back in the dark hallway. That every other shot was there wasn't anybody there. So you assume your brain thinks that nobody's going to be there, and then all of a sudden that fucking bitch is there. And as the thumping continues, all you're hearing is agazoos, agazoos, agazoos over and over and over. And she goes into the hallway. Ooh, I'm getting chills already. Again, she goes into the hallway, and she looks at the kitchen table first, and the drawing that she was doing is of this demon. It's just black scribble as the body, and then these red horns or whatever you want to call it. And she ends up going in the hallway and looking up the stairway to her mom, and it's drawn all on the hallway, up the stairs and everything, and a big fucking thing. I think they might show that in the trailer. I don't remember.
No,
But
they show the image of the mom. That's it.
oh yeah. So everything is happening. And she goes upstairs because I think she's screaming for her mom. I can't remember. But she's going upstairs. And this fucking shot of that hallway scene is insane. How so they get upstairs and they show her, and then it pans behind her and spins upside down.
And you see the mom in the bathroom.
And you see them, and you're going this way toward the fucking bedroom, and it's like upside down and this way, and the mom is in the fucking bathroom, and you're like, what in the fuck is happening?
Because at first she finds the little figure of the Virgin Mary on the
Yeah,
bed.
on the bed, and she picks it up and she goes to turn around to the closet where she put it up in the top in the beginning, toward the beginning of the movie. And as it's panning this way of her putting it up in the closet, it's showing behind her, which the mom is in the fucking bathroom. Mind you, the mom has been incapacitated this whole fucking time. And then she turns around and I think she screams mommy or something. Yeah. I think she screams mommy. And then the fucking screen goes black. And you just hear a thunderous Agazoo. Evie is screaming, and it goes on for maybe 45 seconds, maybe, but it feels like an eternity. And when this is happening, I am literally like this, plugging my ears and kind of holding my face because I don't know if there's going to be a jump. You don't know if there's going to be a jump scare. You don't know if there's just going to be a flash image. You don't know. And you're just getting beaten on by this sound design. And then directed by Ian Townsend. And you're just like, what the fuck was that? And the movie's over. So
do you mean give my experience on that?
Yeah.
When I said I had an out-of-body experience, it was this. I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, this. My jaw's already on the floor, right? And to be honest, I am serious. It feels like the screen comes out and like it's coming towards me.
Yeah.
It's like if like one's coming, something's coming after me, or two, I'm about to get sucked into this movie. It was It was so terrifying because, of course, I'm in like a dark theater and like the screen goes black. All you hear is these doors. I don't know if it fucked the people up really behind me because you know when I called you after the movie?
Yeah.
The two people that were in there at first were still in there. They didn't come out till like 5 minutes, like after me and you would start talking.
Yeah.
No phones, no nothing. They were just sitting there.
Yeah, that's terrifying. But this movie, it plays on your senses. And it just, there's no other way to put it. It's not going to be for everybody. But I implore you, if you are going to go check it out, try to see it on the biggest screen that you can just to enhance the feeling of it. Because holy fucking shit, this was only my second Dolby theater experience. And it absolutely was amazing, but also absolutely terrifying. And I was a complete mess, like so unnerved while driving home. Like it just, I felt so off because of that movie.
After we're done recording, you were speaking of Dolby. There's another movie I gotta give you in Dolby that comes out. There's a one movie that you gotta watch in a couple of formats when it comes out.
Definitely. But that's pretty much the Undertone, and that just kind of, it's a very minimalistic film that packs a huge punch. So if you have seen Undertone, let us know in the comment section what you guys thought about it. Let us know if it did scare you or, anything. Let us know what you guys think about it. You got anything left on the Undertone? Oh, I guess you got anything left on the Undertone?
Scariest horror movie of the year. My best horror movie of the year. Go see this shit if you can.
And if you like this movie, even if you don't like this movie got Ian Townsend the director job for the new Paranormal Activity movie.
I'm actually excited now after watching this for that movie.
I am so fucking stoked. I love the Paranormal Activity movies in general. they're one of my favorites. They're one of my favorite franchises. But now that this, and this is a term of endearment for this motherfucker is now directing that, I'm excited. And the only reason I say motherfucker,
And James Wan's attached to it also now.
yeah, and it's attached to it. The only reason I say that is because he scared the absolute piss out of me. But it was great. But yeah. Anything else before we close it on out? Because I've already gotten goosebumps enough. I'm ready to
Me too.
go watch Ratatouille again.
Yeah.
Anything else, man?
I'm good. I'm just excited to see because, like you said, for Paranormal Activity 8, you got Ian doing that, but also James Wan, one of the masters of like jump scare horror,
Yeah,
especially with Insidious. Before they like overdone with Insidious and Conjuring, like
yeah,
he was Ian before Ian came along, and Ian just has done it in a different way. And to see both of those paired together now on the 8th installment in a franchise that kind of seems dead now after
yeah.
the 7th movie, and people are excited for it. I can't wait to see it.
Same. Well, everybody, we appreciate you guys stopping by, listening, watching. Again, all of our personal socials will be down in the description. Give us a follow. Follow our content journey. We talk about horror movies, horror books, everything and anything horror related. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that bell notification, subscribe to the channel. We definitely appreciate it. We are here every week with an episode. Sometimes it's a full movie breakdown, sometimes it's fun random stuff. You just don't know. So we'd appreciate you stopping by and just dropping that subscribe button here. If you're on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, hit that 5-star rating. And we just appreciate you and you guys' continued support. But from myself and Mr. Dakota here, we appreciate you. We love you. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.